Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about a player who's basically rewriting the rulebook on what it means to be a young superstar in world football, Arda Güler.
And get this, at just 19 years old, he goes out onto one of football's biggest stages and doesn't just score. No, he goes and breaks a 20-year-old record held by Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, come on.
And this number right here, that's his approximate market value now. We're talking 60 million euros. For a player who's barely 20, that's not just a big number. That's the football world screaming, this kid is the real deal.
So you have to ask, right? How does a teenager from Ankara become one of the most talked about, most valuable players at, well, the biggest club on the planet? What's the secret sauce here? All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so first up, his rise. And listen, this wasn't some gradual climb up the ladder. It was more like taking a rocket ship straight to the top. Just a totally accelerated, almost unheard of path.
Just look at his timeline, it's wild. At 14, he joins Fenerbahçe, one of the biggest clubs in Turkey. 2 years later, at 16, he's got a pro contract. By 17, he's their youngest ever league goal scorer. And at 18, he's just being named man of the match in a cup final he won for them. This isn't a normal career path, you guys. It's something else entirely.
So what is it that makes him so special? You know, it's easy to see the highlights, the flashy dribbles, that incredible left foot. But the real magic, the thing that sets him apart, well, it's not just in his feet, it's in his head. I mean, on paper, he's got the whole package, right? He can dribble at you at full speed, he can split a defense with a pass you didn't even see coming, his decision-making is rock solid under pressure. Oh, and that left foot is basically a cannon. Plus, he's a wizard on set pieces. But like I said, those are just the tools in his toolbox.
Because this right here, this is his superpower. It's not about how fast he can run, it's about how fast his brain works. Spatial awareness. It sounds a little academic, but what it means is he sees the game in 4D. He's constantly scanning, seeing where everyone is, and finding empty space before it even opens up. And that, according to pretty much everyone who's analyzed him, is the single quality that takes him from just being a great talent to a generational one.
So, of course, a talent like this doesn't go unnoticed. In July of 2023, the biggest of the big, Real Madrid, came knocking. And when you look at how they structured the deal, it tells you everything you need to know about what they think of this kid. Okay, let's break this down. The base fee is 20 million euros, with another 10 million possible in bonuses. Pretty standard stuff. But the really clever part, the bit that shows you their master plan, is that sell-on clause. It's 20% of the future profit. See the difference? They're not just saying, we think he'll be worth more. They're saying, we think he's going to be worth so much more that 20% of our profit is going to be a huge number. It's a massive, massive vote of confidence. And would you look at that? The gamble is already paying off. Big time. His max cost to them was 30 million. His value today? Around 60 million. He's literally doubled in value. That's not just a good investment, that's hitting the jackpot.
But, moving to Real Madrid, it's never that simple. It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows from day one. He walked into the toughest dressing room in world football and immediately hit a wall.
Right away, he got hit with a string of injuries. Just one after another. Kept him on the sidelines, couldn't make his debut. You can only imagine how frustrating that must have been for a kid that young, with the world watching.
And yet, despite all of that, despite the injuries and the delayed start, look at how his first year ended. Supercopa, La Liga, the Champions League, the whole shebang. 5 trophies. He basically won more in his first season than some legends win in their whole careers. He was thrown into the deep end and came out covered in silverware.
And it's not just us saying it. His own captain, Federico Valverde, basically said, yeah, that's how we do it here. Those challenges, those tough moments, that's what makes you a Madrid player. It's what proves you have the character to become a legend at the club.
So now, he's not just fitting in anymore. He's starting to stand out, and he's doing it by being ridiculously, unbelievably efficient.
Remember that Ronaldo record from the beginning? Well, hold on to your hats, because he broke another one at Real Madrid. This number, 373, that's the number of minutes it took him to score his first 6 goals in La Liga. The fastest player in the entire history of Real Madrid to do that. Think about all the legends who've played there. He was faster. That's just ruthless efficiency. So, let's put it all together, right? You've got this rare, high-speed football brain. You've got a career path that's been on fast forward since he was a kid. And now, you have record-breaking efficiency at the biggest club in the world.
It all leads back to that big question. Is Arda Güler on the path to being one of the best of his generation? You know, at this point it feels less like he's a player with potential and more like a sure thing who's already delivering. The question isn't if he'll be a defining player, it's just how soon.